Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of GamerGab, podcast by gamers for gamers. Today, we're going to be doing a little bit different style, I guess you could call it. We're going to be going over Slay the Spire 2. The most recently, it was a month ago now, maybe it launched.
March 6th, that's 20 days ago. Not even 3 weeks.
Okay, well,
Or
not
just over 3 weeks.
not quite a month, but
No,
it's
math is hard. Somewhere around the 3 week mark.
okay, close to a month, around a month. Let's put it that way. It's been going quite good. We're going to kind of chat about Slay the Spire 2, and probably hit a couple of other games that are like deck builders or roguelikes, maybe both, while we play Slay the Spire 2. So you guys can. We might actually jump into some of the stuff that's happening in the game. We might not even complete the whole game. Depends on how long this goes. So let us know in the comments down below if you like this style, if you like to see kind of some gameplay in the background, whether that be live or maybe even recorded, or if you don't, let us know that too. Also, let us know how you've been enjoying your Slay the Spire 2. That also would be super interesting to hear.
Yeah.
So let's move over to the game. So Slay the Spire 2 has been tons of fun. I personally never played Slay the Spire 1. I'd only ever heard about it, really. And even without having played Slay the Spire 1, I've had so much enjoyment in this game. It's been great. I'm excited to see what they do like more with it, because it's technically early access, so they're still developing it. And I don't know, I just enjoy the way that it plays. Because normally I like active or action roguelikes, like Crab Champions
Rain.
or Risk of Rain 2. Not that I don't like deck builders, but I don't know. It's not my go-to usually. I have to get roped into it. But for whatever reason, I've had no problem being like, "Oh, I want to go play that." It's literally I'm down to play this. I don't know what it is that they're doing for me to I don't know. I don't know. They're doing something right. That's all I'm trying to get at. I don't know what it is.
Since the first game came out, people have been trying to like put their finger on the formula that is this game. It's like, how does this keep me coming back for thousands of hours? Like,
Well, that's what because I had been looking at just some, I don't know, some replayable mobile game that I could just kind of occasionally, I could literally put down and pick up anytime I wanted.
pick up Slay the Spire 1.
And
Guaranteed.
that's the
It's
thing. I had seen
it's the
that.
one.
I just never actually ended up doing it, but I kept seeing that, and I'm like, wow, this game is old, and people
Mhm.
still have this much love for it. So when you had suggested Slay the Spire 2 to me, I was like, okay, I'm picking it up. I want to know why.
Yep.
I still don't know why, but hey, I don't care. I'm loving it.
I have too many games in my library for Slay the Spire 1 to have kept me for like 1,000 hours or whatever. But I'm sure that I've got a couple hundred hours into it, um, which is still lots. Not saying that's not a lot, but um, what keeps me coming back to Slay the Spire 2, and maybe the hype will die down in the group, but it's
Mm-hmm.
that I've got friends that are playing the game and that are enjoying the game. Like I've played some solo
True.
runs, an amount. I think I don't know, Ascension 2 or 3 on almost every character except for Regent. 'Cause I
Yeah,
just
I've.
can't vibe with that character.
Oh, really?
Um,
Oh, interesting.
I've had like one or two good runs with him, but I don't know. The cognitive load when it comes to Regent and his decks, um, for me is too high. Like I don't know if it's just that I'm not familiar with the character and like all of his cards are new to me, whereas every other character that's in the game right now was in the first game, so I've got a touch point, like some muscle memory on how to
Right.
play a character or what's good, what's bad kind of thing.
Right. Right.
But
Right.
Regent just makes me think too hard. It might be that there's two different resources that you're messing with. I don't know.
Could be that.
Obviously, it's going to be showcased through some of your
True.
gameplay because you went and clicked that guy.
I've alternatively I've played far less. I've hinted at it in a couple episodes now. I work a stupid amount, so I don't get as much free solo play time. Because this game is a bit of a sink. Like you are pretty much locked into about a minimum of an hour. I would say 45 minutes to an hour.
I've had some solo runs as short as like 35 minutes.
For me,
when it's all just come together.
I have.
Yeah, sure.
I take a little longer to fully process what is on the cards for me and to play them than some of the other people I play with.
Where I was
often
going with
the
that
last person.
A 35-minute run was like the RNG just it all fell together in. I didn't have to think about it. I just clicked the things, and the things happened, and then I won. I didn't have to think about it. That just happened. I think typically. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the side note, that game where I stuck around and you left, and I played with Chrono and what's his nuts. I had a crazy build with what's her name? The person you're playing. Silent. Crazy run. Just kept unloading shivs like crazy. Because I had a I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like I had some powers that would give me shivs. I had a power that was giving me a shiv every turn. I had
blades or something.
And I had it on innate, so I just throw it out immediately every time.
Yeah,
getting my
I think it upgrades
combat
to innate.
Yeah,
or maybe you got a.
I can't remember.
Maybe that one doesn't upgrade to innate.
It was something had innate, and I was applying it immediately. That's all I remember. And there was another power I think did something like every time a shiv was activated, it was double shiv or some shit. Oh, I can't remember, but I had a stupid combo. Basically, I was throwing out like 40 shivs. Because then I got the Phantom Blades or whatever that card is, where it just throws all the discards.
All of the shivs that you've exhausted.
It was insane.
Activate. Yeah.
And then I think Chrono also had Chrono had also a pretty beefy build on top of that. So like, we were struggling the first level, and then halfway through the second level, everything became easy mode.
So to go back to playtime, I think a solo session you're going to average around an hour for the average player.
Probably.
Maybe a little over, maybe a little under, depending on how good your run is or how new you are to the game, kind of thing. What I have noticed though, with multiplayer, is like it's almost always an hour and a half, if not longer. Just because you've got a discussion about how you're going to synergize together before you're picking cards. So there's like way more conversation when you're just playing solo and you're like, oh, that looks fun, click. You know what I mean? And you can play co-op that way too. I just don't think you're going to fully unlock some of the depth of the co-op by doing it that way.
True.
So you're going to have conversations about card picks. You're going to have, every time you get to a treasure room, you've got to make your case for why you should be the one to get the cool treasure versus somebody else. And then when you're actually in the fights, and I'm sure this will come up a little bit as we play, there's you don't play your cards until you have your friend play their vulnerable, or the effect on the enemy that's going to help boost yours, etc. Right? So, and then depending on certain boss mechanics, there may be an order of operations. Like I'm thinking of, there's one elite in Act 1 that the more cards you play, the more damage it takes. So you're waiting for your friends to play all their non-attacks or their shitty attacks so that you can do your big 30 damage being boosted by 100% to 60 damage kind of deal. So like the gameplay takes longer, and it gets longer the more people you add to your group. Like I've played some 2-player games with our buddy Chrono. He's super familiar with Slay the Spire 1, has played a bunch of Slay the Spire 2. Him and I can kind of just quickly, strategize and get through some stuff that our runs are maybe closer to an hour, but probably still edging on an hour and a half, depending on how the RNG is going. But you get 3-4 players into the game, hour and a half minimum, almost every time.
Oh yeah,
is my experience.
Yep.
And it could go longer.
very similar. I've basically played very little solo. I think I did 2 or 3. One time that was with this guy because it was when I unlocked him and I was just trying to. One run was I was trying to figure out some some question mark thing. I wanted to find out what the end of it was, and it basically ended by run. And then another one, I got an unlucky card draw. Oh, I only did 2. Oh.
Keep talking.
What?
Get in the comments.
Oh, that was what that said. Get in the
fine.
comments.
I derailed you completely.
Oh shit.
Solo runs. You've had very few of them,
Yes.
but you've had some.
Yes. So I've mostly played multiplayer. I haven't played nearly as much as you guys. And basically I was trying to touch on what you said way earlier, which is like I think I've played a lot more than I would solo because friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't typically have a lot of time to play solo anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so the only time I have available to play this game is when friends are around as well. So like,
right,
circumstance versus choice, I guess.
Yep.
Speaking of choice, we've got a couple runs. I think because the right side we can get 3 elites, but then we're just doing a lot of fights. There's 2 question marks, and then on the left side it's literally like 1 fight into 4 question marks into 2 elites with a treasure chest. Still, 5 question marks into 2 elites and a shop.
I would. Guess we're gonna get a little into the weeds on tactics for this game. Elite's good because artifacts.
Yeah.
Elites are pretty hard. I think there's a difference between Slay the Spire 1 and 2, and this has been going around the internet. I don't know how much I've been influenced by the content I've watched and or read, and how much I've come to this conclusion myself. Slay the Spire 1, especially in later ascensions, you kind of just have to focus elites early, if not throughout the entire run, because you need the artifacts to get the wombo combos to get through the harder difficulty.
They're real good.
Something that's been said and going around is that elites are a little overtuned in Slay the Spire 2 and can be a little overly punishing, and the artifacts aren't always worth the trouble.
Interesting.
So I think there's 2 camps. I think there's the old school camp that's still saying focus the elites, get the artifacts, get the, kind of high roll. Whether or not it's going to be a good run doesn't really matter. You're trying to do the cool, awesome thing. So just always take the biggest risk for the biggest reward and see what happens. We've done this a lot in Risk of Rain too.
Yes.
I think this just translates into roguelikes in general.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that.
And then there's another camp that's saying like, oh, you can win 80% of your runs. Just don't ever touch an elite, and you always take the safe route, and you'll be fine. A lot of that I think comes down to like player knowledge and just like card playing intuition on like what's good, what's bad, how thin is your deck, how consistent is your deck, all sorts of stuff. I think there's a lot of people that play in card game spaces that can pick this game up and go, oh, this is pretty easy. Whereas a lot of people who don't play a lot of card games they're going to be reading every card and going, I don't know if this works for me or not, or like, why do I care about this effect or not, kind of thing. And they're going to have less consistent runs no matter which strategy they follow. I'm still a fan of fighting elites because they're fun. I like bosses.
I like bosses. I also like the question marks though, because they're just It could literally be anything, Lois. It could be a boat.
It could literally be.
It could be an
Lois.
elite.
I'm seeing a route down the middle here that is kind of a best of both worlds. We're not fighting 3 elites, but we're at least seeing some. We're hitting an early shop. Now, I like early shops because that lets you remove a card and make.
I already
the camp
removed
a little
2
bit more
because of my start.
I didn't get to do that, but I
Yeah.
I can see an argument for you not worrying about that. Campfires. Whether or not you're doing an elite focus or not, you want to hit campfires. This lets you upgrade cards. This lets you get your good cards to be better. So that route,
That left
up
side's
middle,
not that great then.
off to the left. Yeah, when the right side's pretty meh on
Ooh,
campfires
you're hitting.
too.
It's got 2, same as the left. Never mind. I thought there was another one.
Right. Whereas I've got 1 campfire here, 2 campfire here, and then the last campfire for a 3, if you're counting, kind of thing.
Okay. Okay, so then what if we go this way then? We avoid the shop early, unless you really, really want it. Because then you can still go do the campfire thing that you're talking about after that.
Yeah.
Either that or we just go through 2 question marks right away and just hit a shop and say fuck it, and then hit the elite.
Oh, actually, depending on how well we do with this elite here, we can decide if we need the campfire or if we want to go.
No, we want the campfire regardless. We upgrade the cards, right?
Well, yeah.
Oh, but I see what you're saying. You can hit the other one. Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we want to go?
Way,
we're starting here,
yeah.
regardless of that.
Yep.
So when do we want to jump into the controversy?
Yeah, there's been some drama. It is real silly to me that there's already been drama around this game within the community.
Yeah.
I saw the patch notes before I heard people being upset about them. Oh, see, should have waited for your vulnerable. And I was sad to see some of the changes happening. But then I read, oh, this is for beta branch. Oh, okay. Well, I don't need to worry about it too much. And then I check out what's being said about the patch notes, and there's so many people screaming and yelling about how they're ruining certain builds, they're ruining cards, they're ruining different strategies, they're making bosses bad or annoying to play against, etc. It kind of just made me shake my head and hate life. I went and looked this up earlier. The game got 9,722 positive reviews on the 6th of March.
Yeah.
This is on Steam. I think that's the day of or the day after it was released. It's
something like that.
The highest feedback that they saw in the early days of its release. 14 days later, 2 weeks later, they announced a patch to the beta branch. And they got 9,781 negative reviews. The game got review bombed over
something that wasn't even in the game.
A patch that wasn't going to affect 99% of people. Like literally, you have to opt in to see the effects of said patch.
Yeah.
It hurts my brain. That's even a conversation.
Like I can kind of understand where people maybe were thinking of. Like they're like, oh my god, this is in the beta, meaning it's coming to live, but that's not necessarily
it's not a guarantee.
True. And even still, the part of the reason for the beta is to find the balance before sending it off. That's the point. So like I get where people are coming from. Like, holy crap, they're going to change so much stuff. But I would also just wait and see what actually makes it before bitching. Because otherwise, you may have just everything that you were worried about may have just not ended up being in the actual live release.
Right. So a person might ask
the game's reviews for no reason.
A person who hasn't been following any of this might ask, what are people upset about? one of the main things that they were trying to address with the beta patch, the beta branch patch, is and I'm fairly sure in the post that they put out with patch notes, they said this, the devs said this. They're trying to address the potential for what they're calling infinite decks or infinite turns, which is setting yourself up to infinitely generate resources and or draw cards so that you can just kill an enemy in one go. Maybe not on turn one, but like within the first few turns, you've got your deck cycling so that you just keep doing a thing. Is it fun to do? Yes. Have I like I've gotten near infinite, if not infinite, builds already. Is it balanced and the intent of the developers for like the gameplay loop? No, I highly doubt it, and
No.
they've said as such. It is not.
And especially, it's even more concerning because Slay the Spire 1 didn't have multiplayer. Slay the Spire 2 does. You can easily get infinitely locked and just end up ruining the spirit of the game, but also like ruining the multiplayer experience with the people that you're playing if you're just infinitely looping your own self, and then the other people are sitting there waiting for their turn to end.
I've
Forever.
been in multiplayer games where I've asked myself, why am I here? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody gets going, or I've been the one that has been making people ask, why am I here? Somebody gets their ultimate setup going,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter how much HP they've buffed the enemies with for being in a multiplayer game. You just have to play that many more cards infinitely, right?
Yeah.
So one of the big things that they were changing is specific cards for specific characters to try and, at the very least, limit the potential for infinite, if not eliminate that. I didn't play enough of the first game to really know how common it was to be able to go infinite in that game. After a few conversations with people who did play a bunch of it, my understanding is that it is technically possible for a bunch of different classes or characters or builds, but it is extremely unlikely in most cases that you can get an infinite going.
Interesting. Okay. So then it is definitely
Watching
unintended.
watching your favorite streamer or YouTube creator
Yeah.
play the game, they're gonna post many videos where they pull it off, but they're playing all day, every day in some cases, depending on who you're talking
I
about.
get it. It can be entertaining, but man, it's only fun a handful of times.
Right,
You got to think
and
about the longevity of the game at that point.
I there was somebody who was watching. I can't remember who it was on YouTube. They were being asked for tips in Slay the Spire 1 while they were playing Slay the Spire 2. Somebody was trying to get through some of the harder ascensions, which is difficulty levels, on one of the classes that's not in this game, but is in the first game. The monk. I can't remember character name now. And the answer was, it's boring. Just go for the stance change infinite. Like just keep high rolling to try and get a specific combo of cards so that you can just endlessly play those two cards and win. That is the easiest way to get through the hardest difficulties with that class, according to that person in that specific situation. I couldn't
Well,
say
yeah.
for sure if there are other ways that are easier or better or not. But that being the answer sucks.
Yeah.
Like, just just go and dig
Shit.
for a very specific build for a very
I didn't
specific
do that.
setup.
Oh. Let's do this then.
And all the other characters have their own version of it in the first game, is my understanding. It is easier or harder for some, but isn't something that the developers want to be very possible or frequent in most people's experience.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Which makes sense,
like
in
I've
my
got
opinion.
the few people that I've talked to in our friend group about it. I asked them like, have you ever done it? Is it something you try to do, kind of thing? And the answer was, in most cases, no. They've never done it. And the few times that they've tried to do it, they got bored just re-rolling until they got the perfect scenario, right?
Yeah.
Um, and just wanted to play the game for the way the game was quote unquote meant to be played, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I've said, it's fun to try and, I guess, break the game, but it's only fun a handful of times. I'd rather play the game in a way that's sort of meant for it, like the way they were intended, especially like this type of game. Like I said, it's fun to kind of break the game once in a while, or to attempt it at the very least, sure. But if you're stuck in that infinite loop, like cool, that was fun. Now what? I didn't beat the game. I'm literally just infinitely looping.
Well, I mean, you beat the final boss. There's an
Eventually,
argument to be made that you beat the game, right? Like, to, what the developers are trying
I
to
guess.
address isn't just sitting there giving yourself endless energy and drawing endless cards and not doing anything. They're trying to address the setups that let you do that and
Yeah,
also damage the enemy and complete
I
the
guess.
fight.
Yeah, what I meant more like isn't like you beat the game, but you didn't. How to explain? You didn't. It wasn't a challenge at that point anymore. So you didn't defeat the game. You broke the game and then beat it by
Yeah,
breaking it.
that's a semantic conversation with
I guess.
like
Yeah.
you go watch Spiffing Brit and ask him if he feels like he beat the
No.
game when
Yeah.
he breaks the game every time.
Yeah, I
And
love
he's
that
gonna
guy.
say, yes, I beat the game and I broke it,
Yeah.
and
At
that's
the same time.
better, right?
Yeah.
Like I had more fun breaking it while beating
Mhm.
it than if I had just played the game, right? Whereas some people are purists, like there's look at the speedrunning community for examples in this. You've got glitchless runs and you've got non-glitchless runs, right? Like there are some people that'll beat a game in 3 minutes, technically see credits, and have beaten it, right? And the fun in it is how quickly can I do this, not did I do this without having abused the game in some way, shape, or form,
Oh
right?
well, yeah, for sure.
And I think there are some devs that embrace that chaos and others that try to do everything in their power to make sure that that can't happen to their game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it all depends on who you're talking to and specifically which game. I have less of a problem with having game breaking ways of doing things
Oh yeah, no, I
and
don't.
like doing endless things. Like I had a lot of fun with the few times that I've gone nearly endless or fully endless in this game.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, I've got no
but I
problem doing
think
fun,
that
crazy builds of stuff. I mean, like that's part of the fun for me as well when it comes to like Risk of Rain 2 or Crab Champions, roguelikes in general is finding that crazy overpowered thing and be like, I'm just gonna wipe everything essentially. But at the same
I
time, I
think
can also get behind the devs wanting to minimize that to some degree because they want their
right,
game to be played in a particular way. That's their intent behind the game. And if anything, for me, I actually enjoy that more because it makes me have to find better and more intricate ways to find that over crazy powered build.
right.
It's not just
Well,
as easily handed to me.
it's going to make you play with all the different cards and all the different archetypes of said
Yeah.
class to be able to beat the game
Mm-hmm.
because you're not just looking for 3 specific cards and then building the rest of your run around that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
there are more varied ways to play if you're not going endless. Although,
Oh.
arguably, in Slay the Spire's current live version, there are varied ways to go infinite with all sorts of different classes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The devs have a little bit. They've painted
That's what makes
themselves
it more
into a bit of
absurd.
a corner in some way, some ways. Like, for instance, Act 2, you can get an artifact that lets you put clone on a card, and then every campfire you go to, you can duplicate that card. But not only are you duplicating that card, you're duplicating the enchantment on it, which is clone. So the next time you go to clone a card at a campfire, you're duplicating both of those cards. So it becomes
Oh,
a
that's fun.
exponential growth. Like one card turns to 2, 2 turns to 4, 4 turns to 8, etc., etc. And you can do some real stupid, silly shit with that, with all sorts of different cards, right?
Mhm.
If the devs leave that in the game, I don't have answers as to how they're gonna keep that from breaking the game in more ways than they want
See,
it to.
but that's part of what makes me go, this is even more absurd for people to be that upset. Is like, oh my god, they're getting rid of some of those infinites. There's still so many more other overpowered things that they're leaving in intentionally.
Yes.
Like,
I
guys,
think
relax. Oh no, that particular build is now gone. Guess what? There's still like 10 others.
there's a conversation I was having with Chrono specifically. It was like, did you see the patch notes?
Yeah.
They're ruining our favorite card. Specific for Silent, there's a card called Prepared that they're changing the name of and changing the effect of completely. It's no longer going to be Prepared. It's going to be Prepare. In its current iteration, it's draw 1, discard 1. If you upgrade it, it's draw 2, discard 2. In its new version, it will be discard 1 or upgrade to discard 2 and gain an energy on the next turn. And if you upgrade it, it's gaining 2 energy on the next turn. So it's no longer a card draw engine. Oh, and it's going from 0 mana to 1 mana.
Real quick, you got any way to give me a block?
No, are you about to die?
Yes.
Hit it as hard as you can.
Yes. Well, I already put a block up in the attempt, only to realize I have no way of blocking enough.
This guy's nasty.
Oh!
We did it.
Yay! I didn't realize you had so much hitting.
So hitty.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chrono and I were sad that one of our favorite cards for the Silent was going to be not just adjusted but fully changed. And I can get where people are like, "Oh no, my favorite thing!" Like, "Oh, I really like doing that," right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's 2 weeks after the first iteration of the game that we've seen. It's the first patch that they're doing on a beta branch, so it's still not locked in, subject to change. and we're like, it is trying to adjust the balance so that it is fun for everyone. Something I was going to say earlier when talking about it is, I have no problem with games being breakable or abusable when they're solo games. Like Slay the Spire 1, if there's infinite options. Oh, I see. You want to maybe heal. That's
Well, I
maybe
already
not a
healed
bad-
once, but it was just more of like more card
Yeah.
prep or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Well, let's do
Yeah.
this and see what happens.
Slay the Spire 1, fully solo game. If there was a bunch of different infinite options and you could break the game a ton, that's fine to me. That is not how the game is balanced. It is possible, but it is not easy to do. In Slay the Spire 2, there's a conversation to be had about, hey, if you're abusing the game in a co-op setting,
Mm-hmm.
you're ruining the fun for 1 to 3 other players.
Exactly.
Like, we need to rein this in. Not every friend group is willing or is able to have a conversation with each other saying, "Bro, stop playing that way. It's not fun for the rest of us,"
Yeah,
right?
exactly. No, that's kind of what I said.
Unfortunately,
Like,
up to the
multiplayer.
devs to police that a little
bit. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like in this game, way earlier, it's that whole thing. It's you gotta balance around the what did I say exactly? I can't remember the words I used anymore. But yeah, you gotta keep in mind the other people that are now playing in multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yep.
yeah. Because like you said, I've been on that end where I'm like, haha, I'm the one doing the crazy thing, and people are probably asking, why am I here? But I've also been on the other end of that too, going, why the fuck? I'm just, hi.
And to be devil's advocate, there are ways that the other players can support the the person that is carrying the team. Like you can get multiplayer cards that are only you'll only see them in gameplay when you are in a multiplayer game. I'm thinking of Defect has a give everybody energy card. I think Ironclad has a everybody draws cards. Necrobinder has a give everybody souls that lets them draw cards when they want to. Rock, paper, scissors. So there are ways that the other players can support the player that is quote unquote carrying.
Something I
That isn't
enjoy is
always
they also have
fun for
specific
everybody.
multiplayer cards that you can sometimes pick up through the run.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, like most of the ways you're going to be able to support your friends are with the specific multiplayer
I mean, yeah,
cards,
those are the obvious
which
ones,
are
but
very
there are
neat.
definitely still some cards like in each person's deck that'll just help, like silence, remove. What's that debuff?
Expose.
Yeah, it's
Talking
exposed,
about
but it
expose.
removes the
Removes all block and all artifact. On the
artifact.
opponent.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's just good.
That is not a multiplayer card. That's a single player card.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like there are multiplayer obvious cards that just
Hmm.
do multiplayer things, but there's also cards in each person's kit that can just help in general.
Yes, and I think that's part of the character identity,
Mhm.
in a way. Like the you're going to be able to see like if you've got an ironclad on your team, way more likely that you're going to see vulnerable on the enemy. Vulnerable makes the enemy take more damage when attacks are applied to it,
Mhm.
because Ironclad starts with a card in its deck that applies vulnerable bash, right? If you've got a silent on your team, you can maybe be a little bit more free with not picking up block cards, because they'll do things like I just did, which is apply weak, which makes the enemy deal 25% less damage, right?
Yep.
What's the identity of Regent? I don't friggin' know, man. That's part
So
of my problem with that character. I
one
don't
of
know what he's
my
doing for the
favorite
team.
builds. So one of my favorite builds is this, and this is the Sovereign Blade. Okay, so you have
Yeah.
cards that you get like where you do a thing, and then it forges, which just basically adds 10. In this particular case, I can gain 14 block and forge 10. It adds 10 damage to the weapon, and then that just keeps building and building and building. So that is pretty much innate. But here's the fun part out of here. And this is the multiplayer aspect that I enjoy. These are specific cards to Regent. But I can make it, if I can find the card anyway, I can make it so that I add the Sovereign's Blade to everybody.
Oh yeah, you forge your entire team forges.
And
Yes.
then every time
Yeah.
I forge, it forges all of those swords up.
Right.
And then they still have to play it. They still have a 2-cost Sovereign Blade they have to play, unfortunately. So they have to kind of, weave that in. But it retains, meaning it stays in the hand. So they can just hold on to it until I build it like all the way up to some stupid, ridiculous number, and then we can all just strike with it. Boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yep.
That's just one of the ways that I've discovered, and my favorite way so far that I've discovered, because I like doing, first of all, big number. Awesome. My brain go, yes, big number, big boom. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But what if give big number, big boom to all friend?
Really?
So it tickles my brain in the right way for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
See, like right now, I barely did anything, and I have a deal 36 damage card.
Oh, definitely knock this guy out.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, super fun. That's what I like about Regent. There is also some stuff to do with his his star stuff. But
Yeah,
I also
and
haven't played
wild.
him a ton. I've played him a few times and like gotten through the end of the run, so I don't know. I have some new cards that I'm going to be discovering that I didn't have before.
I had a wild run as Regent in a multiplayer where I generating all the stars and then playing heal X damage to enemy X is how many stars you have. So it's like 17 times 7 or whatever math. It's one of those times when I was probably asking or making my teammates ask, "Why am I here?"
Well, maybe.
No, my memory is that everybody else was doing quite a bit of damage that round too. But I'm biased because I was the one doing big booms.
Don't worry about the front one. I'm literally gonna one shot it
Oh, okay. You should do that.
for 112. Big
Ridiculous.
number, big boom. Well, the other cool thing about Sovereign Blade that I only started noticing the last time I played him, actually, I can't remember. And I only realistically, I only actually started noticing this because of the multiplayer aspect of me giving everybody a sword and then forging it. Because I would forge my sword first before I could give it to them sometimes because it's a power.
Mhm.
But the blade visual changes the more powerful it gets. There's a certain point where the handle and the hilt change a little bit.
Yeah, it grows as well as there are some graphical shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Necrobinder, as you summon more and your
See
Austin
there, it just changed.
grows. I can't. It's too dark. I
I know
can't
it's
see
too
this
dark
in the
now, but it
background.
just changed.
But Asti grows bigger and starts taking up more of the screen as you summon more.
Yeah.
Pretty silly. Pretty silly.
uh, that might be more beneficial than this. Something I did notice, unless I accidentally did something at the beginning that I didn't read fully. I only have 2 potion slots, or maybe that's just region. I can't remember.
We're on Ascension 4.
Ah,
Swarming Elites,
didn't know
Weary
that.
Traveler, Poverty, and Tight Belt. Specifically, Ascension 4 adds Tight Belt, which is you have one less potion slot.
I didn't even realize I was in 4. Does that just automatically happen? I didn't choose it.
It defaults to the highest Ascension you can unlock.
Interesting. And so it's not like Risk of Rain 2. I didn't realize where you actually have to have the character unlocked to that ascension. You just choose.
In multiplayer, it's just the highest Ascension you've reached. It's not character specific.
Yeah. So that's what I was
When
saying.
you're
It's not character. Yeah, okay. Because I was
yeah,
gonna say the only one I did that on was when I was playing the Silent.
when you're in single player, you have to unlock different Ascension levels with each character. But
Oh,
multiplayer, it's just
interesting.
and I think that's something that I hope that they adjust. I don't know if they can or want to, but I like the character specific climb through Essentials. Like I've gotten this far with this character, rather than just I've gotten this far while playing with friends.
Yeah, that's
But
interesting.
I don't know if that's something that they intend. I think that it adds more incentive to play more. So it's
I mean,
probably a
yeah,
good
it would.
design choice
Hmm.
for just keeping people playing a game.
I think so. I would also. I mean, like obviously they're probably going to do this anyway, but I'm hoping they don't take nearly as long as they did, or what I hear they did in Slay the Spire 1. I would love to see more characters or cards. At least,
There's already
like
theories going around.
more characters, which would add more cards. Would be
There's a
fun.
rainbow theory. We're
Rainbow theory.
missing. Yep. We've got
Oh, colors because of the. Okay.
we've
Mm-hmm.
got red, green, uh, pink, and are you orange?
I guess I would call that orange, the gold spectrum.
Well, whatever your drawing on the map is what we're going with, and they're talking about a purple and
I guess that's
a
orange,
blue.
yeah.
I think they're talking about a purple and a blue.
Because what Slay the Spire 1 had. I was talking with Chrono about this. Because I was talking about having more characters, and he said that
Oh
they
no,
didn't add that
Defect's
many.
blue. Maybe they're talking about yellow.
And they
So
only
they
had
have
like 2 out of the base that they had originally started with, I think is what he said, or something like that.
when it first launched in early access, I think it was just 2 characters. But as they went through early access, they added more, and then on 1.0 release, they added the final character.
Yeah, but like the total, I think he said was only 5 or 6.
Ironclad, Silent, Defect, and Watcher. So there's Watcher's the monk character I was trying to remember before. So I believe that there's only 4
Maybe it
characters
was
in
only
the
4 then.
first game. Unless I'm forgetting something obvious. If there's a unofficial patch or DLC that got added via mods, and then the devs kind of pushed forward as support.
That happens
And it's
sometimes, yeah.
maybe being officially adopted, given that their most recent board game Kickstarter is including that DLC as like an
Oh.
expansion to their board game.
Ooh, cool.
It goes back into the character series for this game.
Right.
So there is a character that got added in that that I don't know anything about, so I haven't played that.
Huh.
So we're missing Watcher, which would be purple, and then the modded DLC would be the other character, which I believe they're saying is going to be yellow. And then we've got all of the colors of the rainbow. There's another theory going around that's like all of the ancients that you meet at the beginning of the acts, everybody's got a special relationship with a specific character. Don't ask me which one likes which character, but there's a couple of ancients that don't have a character to have a relationship with right now. So that's another thing to support.
Okay.
There could be more characters coming.
Well, I'm sure there will be. It's more about like how many, because yeah, I remember them Chrono saying there was only a few. I think I thought he said 5, but it may have just been 4. I can't remember it for sure, but I remember it being very little, and I was like, holy crap! They like I would love to see more. Kind of like how Risk of Rain has been slowly adding new characters again. I would love to see more of that. And like Crab Champions occasionally adding new weapons, because they don't do characters in that game. They just do different loadouts.
I would be very surprised if they don't add more characters. Just going from how they developed the first game.
Well, yeah, so what I mean is like
they put in a
continuously.
few characters.
Because like there's so many games where they'll add in new characters, but they'll have like a plan of adding in like 2 or 3. And then once they're done, that's it. They're done. They don't. The game is the game. And which is nothing wrong with that. I just personally like seeing a continuation.
I would also like to see a drip feed of content being added at the game, because I burn out after I've kind of played an amount of this game. I'm like, I've seen all the wombo combos, or I at least understand the theory behind all the wombo combos. I don't need to go do that. But having a new character to go explore and see what else is new and cool brings me back and makes me play more.
Card.
But going off of the way that they did the first game, we're going to get some additions while it's in early access, and then they'll probably drop a 1.0 with the final additions of cards and or characters, and that'll be that.
Yeah. That's what I worry. I'm not worried. I guess I'm not worried. Like, oh no, my game. Just I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. I mean, Slay the Spire 1, despite only having 4 or 5 characters, was beloved and played for thousands of hours.
Long time.
So, I don't know, maybe it won't be that. I don't know. I just don't know.
Mhm.
I'll just have to wait and see. Is basically what I'm getting at.
Yep.
Um,
I'm okay if we only see one or two more characters. I definitely want to see more cards because
true.
the
True.
I'm not saying that it's stale or old yet, but I am definitely seeing a lot of the same cards and things. How
Really?
they interact with each other
Oh, shit.
and how they interact with the different artifacts is definitely a big part of the variation in gameplay. But uh, yeah, like I've been enjoying Silent a bunch, so I've probably played the most of Silent. Maybe the most of Defect. I'm not sure. One of those two characters. Anyway.
See, I haven't played as much, so I'm still very keen to just kind of keep plugging away.
Hmm. Yeah,
Also,
no,
because
I've
I seem to be the
definitely
only one that kind of actually likes Regent a little bit.
you and Josh should get along. Josh has been playing some. Um I was
Uh,
saying something and then the game distracted me.
mm-hmm.
Oh, more cards. I
Cards.
would like to see more variation in the runs added in that way, shape, or form. Like
True.
even if we don't get more characters, if these core characters just kept getting more cards throughout development, and then even after 1.0, would be very cool, and that would be another way to keep me coming back.
Just so, like, yeah, I'm in the same boat because, like, how do I explain? The more I haven't even seen all the cards, I'm sure, but between people getting into their preferred builds per character and trying to, like, get those cards to do that build, and also just having only like a few, well, meta builds, I guess you could call them, per character. The more cards you get, the more variety of build you could have, or hybrid build, and also makes it more hard to get a build that you particularly want and forces you maybe to take a build that you don't normally play but still works because there's more variety of cards. It's less like the pool gets larger, is what I'm trying to get at, of card that you could be getting. Because like right now, it's not like easy, but it's not overly difficult to like force your way into the build that you prefer by just getting the card that you need out of the pool and then cycling the other shit out.
Yes.
So having that more variety, having more card in general just adds more challenge and more things to the game, to each run, let alone just the game. What? Oh.
One thing that I hope that they add is a way to see what your friends are choosing between in the
Ah,
reward screen.
yeah. I don't think that'd be overly difficult to do because you kind of already see what they're hovering over in their hand.
hmm hmm And like I can look in the top left and click on you and see what your deck is. I would just be cool if I could like click on you in that choice event and have the three potential cards listed somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Genesis. Oh, is that the generate stars at the
Yes.
start of your turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was part of how I was doing stupid things. You're on your way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Slay the Spire 2. Been lots of fun. I went back in. I think we were talking about this last episode. Some games that we were wanting to play or get back into, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mentioned Drop Duchy,
Oh yes.
which is the Tetris roguelite
Oh
deck
well, I
builder
guess I gotta play
thing.
this right now.
I had a ton of fun going back and revisiting it. They've done some updates to it.
I think I just block here.
It's in a very cool state right now, and they've actually added a bunch of DLC that I have not picked up, but I am definitely considering.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So, on that avenue, some I'll tab for a second because I need to remember what it's called.
Help me help you.
Uno momento, por favor. It's in my wish list. It is. Oh, there's a one roguelike which we already know about because I pointed it out to you. It's called Star Rupture. Sorry, that's a survival. That's the wrong one. Okay, never mind. That's a survival game. Something else. That is something I was looking at one point. It kind of looks like 3D, first person Factorio. But anyway, that's a side story. Game my coworker put me onto. It is a roguelike. It's called For Loop. The number four.
Loop?
For Loop. The number 4, semicolon, loop.
Okay. Is it on Steam?
Yes, it's a third-person shooter. It's an action roguelike.
For colon loop.
What did I say?
It's for loop. If you just type in for loop, it shows up.
Well,
yeah. Okay.
It looks
pretty.
What's that? There's a third-person game I'm trying to think of because it has a similar vibe. Well, I can't remember what it's called. It's Destiny. It kind of it has that sort of visual to it anyway.
Okay.
Like graphics ish.
Sure.
I don't know. It looked neat, and it looks like it has survival elements along with it being a roguelike. But also you create your character or whatever. The trailer, you should actually go watch the actual trailer. Like on the Steam page with the sound. It's actually really cool. It does a pretty good job of kind of breaking down the basic point of it. And it's like, it's like super futuristic dystopian kind of looking crazy thing. I don't know what's going on in there. I think it could be cool. I mean, it looks cool. The visuals look fun. And it's got like alien invasion dystopian shit going on. So I'm assuming there's some kind of lore and story back on that would be perhaps interesting to find out about.
About this game, it's just you and your crew versus an alien invasion. Odds are you're going to die. A lot. Thankfully, it'll take more than death to stop you. You're one of 4 seemingly ordinary people who mysteriously survived an alien invasion that turned most of humanity to glass. With a moon-sized mothership looming overhead, killer robots hunting you down, and mutated flora and fauna spreading across the planet, you're led to a crashed alien ship by an eccentric scientist. He claims the same tech he used to predict the invasion led him to find you, because you're the only ones who can stop what comes next. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It almost has Call of Duty Zombies vibe as well, because like even in this description it mentions armed with an arsenal of mind-bending weapons and machines, including the ability to reprint your fallen teammates. So I mean that immediately goes, oh cool, like space weapons and crazy things like that. Plus in the trailer you can kind of see like there's a tech tree. I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe some powers involved in that skill tree. Sorry, not tech tree.
Right.
I don't know. It looked neat.
Yeah.
I put it on my radar at the very least.
Yep.
And it's in the same roguelike vibe as like Risk of Rain. Well, a little bit more like Risk of Rain and Crab, I guess, because it's action. But this is still technically a roguelike.
I'm looking forward to the Deep Rock roguelike.
I'm definitely gonna pick that up in May for sure. For sure. 100%. Because that, it's who doesn't love a good dwarf game? First of all,
Rock and Stone.
And then of course you've got roguelike. I don't know. Roguelike and survival right now for me are just, I don't know. I just like them a lot right now.
Yep, they're definitely up there. I haven't had too many cravings for a survival game lately, but I've played a lot of them for a lot of time.
True.
I will eventually go back to them. But the roguelite genres have kept me coming back. I've been playing all sorts of them. Yeah, Nine Kings, Deep Rock's Galactic Survivor, Drop Duchy, this game, Slay the Spire 2, uh, uh, and- and more.
Hmm.
It's been
Yeah,
good times.
I
Big hits.
I'm hoping they're doing something real fun with the Deep Rock Galactic roguelike. Because like the base game, the original game is plenty fun. I just hope that they have nailed down, sorry, continued replayability with going the roguelike model. Because the original base game, it's fun, but like after, a little while, it's like, okay, cool, there's not enough variety anymore.
We haven't cracked into the end game of Deep Rock.
We never did, no, but that's because it, like,
I mean,
don't know, for me, I've lost
dabbled in
interest
it.
before I get there.
Yes, the
Because
grind
I've
to get to
seen
end game is. Yeah,
it
the grind to
loses me
get to
because I'm
end
like,
game
okay,
is a
I've
little
seen it
long.
too many times now that by the time I'm even thinking about the game, I'm like, okay, well, I don't know, how much more of this can I do? How much more of this can I see 10 times again?
If they could find a way to drip feed you overclocks for your weapons as you get to the harder difficulties and the more end game stuffs, I think you would be more interested in playing it for longer. Because the
Probably.
overclocks for your weapons change how they function completely in some ways, shape or forms. Like it can completely change how you think about building your character or equipping your skills, etc.
I see. Fuck, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it's gonna do a big 20, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna block 6, and I'm gonna do a big. Duh, I can't do that.
Just block. Survive.
Oh man. But
I didn't rest at the last campfire, not really thinking. And there's a pretty good chance I go down.
he'll be fine. Oh, now I get all my defense cards. Of course.
Yeah, that do be the way of it.
Oh man. Oh, I can't do that because that'll. Alright, well, I'll just put the sovereign. This. Call it a day.
We at least got rid of all of the slippery. For those watching that don't fully know what's going on in this game, this guy started with a buff on him that's called slippery, which reduces all damage he takes from any source to 1 until we hit him, I don't know, was it 20 plus
Something like
times?
that, yeah. I'm not even sure.
Another thing that he's going to be doing is continuing to gain strength and hit us increasingly hard. Harder and harder.
Yeah, but so am I. I keep forging.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get some cards that use stars though. I've got too many stars and nowhere to use them right now. Yeah.
It's a little bit of damage.
Yeah, let's weaken it up a little bit. Oh, he's already been weakened. Right.
Yeah, I keep neutralizing.
Well. Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Here comes the big one. Oh, but I got some.
Nope.
Oop, I got some of my shit. Oh, I can use my. Oh, this is amazing. Look, watch this. I've got Particle Wall Plus. Gain 13 block. Return this card to your hand. It's a 0-cost 2-star card. Once it's in
That'll
my
save you
hand,
in this
I can
fight.
literally just keep using it as long as I have stars.
Yep. That'll be a big one for this.
I'm just gonna use one more time. I got lots of stars spare. It's too bad I can't give it to you though. That's the only problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, here
Yep.
go. 100 and something damage. Boom!
Beautiful.
Not quite dead. I have no more ways to hurt him.
That's okay.
Oh wait.
I will
Oh,
survive
I
this
won't kill
hit.
him. I won't kill him, even if I use the ampule.
I will survive this hit, and he will die next turn.
Kill
We did
him. You did it. Nice. Alrighty. Well, I think we're good on this episode. We didn't even get a partway through this.
We got through Act 1, but
I
we paused to
guess-
talk lots.
Yes,
That's just
we
how
did.
that goes.
We did. Ooh. Draw 5 cards. That's crazy. I might take that. Draw 5 cards, choose a skill in your hand, and play it 3 times.
Which card is that?
It's called Decisions, but it's also the upgraded version
Oh.
because I have that
Yeah.
relic.
It can be very good. Yep.
You can only use it once, but it's 6 stars, and I have no other ways of using stars at the moment aside from that other block card. So this would be a good pickup.
To put us back on the rails, making our exit. One thing, I think, if people are interested, we could do more of playing games and shooting the shit while we're playing said games, or just more gameplay focused stuff, talking about the game that we're playing and the strategy that we're using or the lack thereof. There's lots of co-op games that both Koda and I play together, so
There's also we could also make that
options
casual.
are pretty. Yeah, if people are interested in that type of content,
Yeah,
let us
agreed.
know. It's not something I'm opposed to doing. Obviously, we're doing it, so something that we're open to.
True.
Yeah. As for Slay the Spire 2, let us know what you think of the patch notes if you've seen them, and which card that you loved is getting ruined, and tell us how much you hate the devs because of it. There's a feedback option in the game. Right now, while you're streaming the game, press F2.
Hang on. I gotta bring it back. Bringing it back.
Press
Hitting
F2.
F2. Ta-da!
Yeah. Don't review bomb the game. Just speak to the devs directly with the feedback option.
Agreed.
It's on F2. Do the thing.
Yep.
I've already yelled and screamed about everybody being able to get the Juzu bracelet in a multiplayer game. If one person gets it, nobody else should get it as a drop.
I love
If
the
you know,
happy
you
little
know.
face.
If you don't, I won't explain it.
Yeah, so yeah, I agree. Especially if it's just a beta. Like I said before, maybe wait to find out what changes actually make it to the release before going, hey. And then even then, I would suggest doing the feedback.
If they ruin the live branch, then you can get up in arms, gamers. But as for right now, chill. They're just trying to figure out how to balance this.
Exactly. And hell, like, because they're trying to figure it out, there's a good chance that, hey, they go, that's a good idea. And then they do that. But then other changes they do later may just roll back some of that other stuff. There's no way to know for sure.
Truly.
Give it some
we
time.
We might be talking about this game on full release 2 years from now. And prepared will be prepared again instead of prepare.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Exactly. Alrighty, well, if you guys enjoyed watching and listening, screaming at your monitor because we're sending some stupid crap, who knows? If you liked and enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe. We'll be here. We're always going to aim for the minimum of once a month, but we're also like that's the bare minimum we're trying to make sure that we always have. But we're going for 2. So the next one, what are we on? This one's on the 1st. The next one will be on the 15th. That'll be a bit casual as well.
And that might be a hiccup this next month coming.
Oh.
Because of Easter and thing. Oh, no.
We record before that.
Yeah, we should be all right. I'm just looking at the calendar live.
When
we'll be all right.
yeah. Well, okay. Maybe
Most cases,
just subscribe and you'll find out.
that too.
You get a
Most
notification and we're
cases
there.
expect us once a month, and quite often you'll see us twice a month at the least.
Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.